Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Commanding Officer, Marine Corps Information Operations Center, Colonel Thomas J. Heller, welcome to this retirement ceremony in which Lieutenant Colonel Nathan M. Harvey will retire from the United States Marine Corps after 21 years of honorable and faithful service. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the invocation given by Chaplain Lieutenant Commander Paul Benjamin Rogers, United States Navy, Chaplains Corps, and remain standing for the national anthem. The national anthem is being performed by Lance Corporal Travia Jackson, vocalist, Marine Corps Base Quantico, Marine Band.
Let's pray. Almighty God, who calls us each with a higher purpose, we give thanks for Lieutenant Colonel Harvey's 21 years of sacrificial service to our nation. Thank you for sustaining him and his family through the many challenges of the Marine Corps career, for your protection through the deployments into harm's way and an inherently dangerous vocation. We're grateful for Nate's genuine, compassionate leadership, unquestionable integrity, and exemplary professionalism. In this time of transition, we pray that you'll continue to uphold and guide him, Megan, John, Alvin, Olin, and Anna. Bind them together, hold them in the palm of your hand. Bless Nate with the conviction that the world is safer because of him. May he continue to go on and live to the highest standards of the United States Marine Corps. We pray for fair winds and following seas. All this we ask in your most holy name. Amen. Amen.
Oh, so can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Now taking his position in the reviewing area is retiring officer for today's ceremony, Colonel Jared Stoutenborough, Commanding Officer, Marine Artillery Detachment Fire Center of Excellence, Fort Sill, Oklahoma. Assisting Colonels Stoutenborough is Gunnery Sergeant Joshua M. Walter, Marine Corps Information Operations Center.
Marine to be decorated and retired. Center, march!
Attention orders. The President of the United States takes pleasure in presenting the Meritorious Service Medal, Gold Star in lieu of third award to Lieutenant Colonel Nathan M. Harvey, United States Marine Corps, for service as set forth in the following. For outstanding meritorious service while serving as Operations Officer, Marine Corps Information Operations Center, Marine Corps Information Command from July 2021 to June 2025. Lieutenant Colonel Harvey's influential leadership, resourcefulness, and unmatched expertise ensured the command's successful mission accomplishment across a multitude of functional areas. He skillfully supervised the force generation of over 60 information planners to deploying units across over 20 countries. He refined, organized, and streamlined the command's procedures for preparing and deploying Marines in support of various missions in multiple theaters, increasing personnel and mission readiness. He enhanced operational level support to service component and combatant commands, and through the development of light, medium, and heavy force package offerings that converged various capabilities to support special mission requirements. His management of each of the unit's 3 regional support teams was critical in providing exceptional support to service component commands in the various dynamic operating areas. He empowered his staff to identify innovative opportunities to educate and support the Fleet Marine Force, adjacent services, and critical allies and partners in multiple venues. Lieutenant Colonel Harvey's superior performance of duties culminated his 21 years of honorable and dedicated military service. By his exceptional professionalism, dynamic direction, and loyal dedication to duty, Lieutenant Colonel Harvey reflected great credit upon himself and upheld the highest traditions of the Marine Corps and the United States Naval Service. For the President, signed J.A. Matos, Major General, Marine Corps, Commanding General, Marine Corps Information Command. Certificate of Retirement from the Armed Forces of America. To all who shall see these presents greeting, this is to certify that Lieutenant Colonel Nathan M. Harvey, having served faithfully and honorably, has retired from the United States Marine Corps on the first day of October 2025. Signed, Eric M. Smith, Commandant of the Marine Corps. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Dear Lieutenant Colonel Harvey, upon the occasion of your retirement, I extend my sincere appreciation for your dedicated service to the Corps. During your career, the Marine Corps has been involved in combat, and it has been because of Marines like you that the Corps has acquitted itself so well on the battlefield. High standards of excellence in combat and performance have long been our hallmark, and with them, a unique spirit that sets us apart. You can be proud to have been a part of that legacy and to have attained your grade in an organization such as ours. In recognizing your long and dedicated service to the Corps, we cannot fail to acknowledge the contributions of your family over those many years. Long and frequent separations are a way of life for Marines, and it takes a very special kind of family to share the many hardships with us. We owe them our deepest gratitude. As you leave our active ranks, go with the knowledge that your distinguished service will have a lasting influence, and it has earned you a legion of friends and fellow Marines who wish you well in the coming years. The Corps is better because you serve, and our nation can stand proud because it produces Marines like you. I speak for all Marines in wishing you good health and good fortune. Semper Fidelis, signed Eric M. Smith, General, United States Marine Corps, Commandant of the Marine Corps. Now joining Lieutenant Colonel Harvey is his wife, Miss Megan K. Harvey, and kids, John, Alvin, Olin, and Anna Harvey. Certificate of Appreciation presented to Ms. Megan Harvey. On the occasion of your retirement of your husband, you have earned the Corps' grateful appreciation for your unselfish, faithful, and devoted service. Your unfailing support and understanding helped make possible your husband's lasting contributions to a grateful nation. Given under my hand this 30th day of September 2025. Signed, T.J. Heller, Commanding Officer, Marine Corps Information Operations Center. Certificate of Appreciation presented to John Francis Harvey, Alvin Sorgan Harvey, Olin Gray Harvey, and Anna Marguerite Harvey. On the occasion of the retirement of your father, you have earned the Corps' grateful appreciation for your unselfish, faithful, and devoted service, and unwavering support and understanding helped make possible your father's lasting contributions to a grateful nation. Given under my hand this 30th day of September 2025. Signed, T.J. Heller, Commanding Officer, Marine Corps Information Operations Center. Ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant Colonel Jared Steinbarger.
That's okay. I was a lieutenant colonel for a long time. It's all good. It doesn't matter. My rank is the last thing we need to focus on today. What I would suggest to you all is, first off, you can hear me in the back. I'm going to assume you can. Yeah, it gives me one less thing I have to manage. Every now and then you just have to be reminded, praise God for all of this. Amen. It's fantastic. The Marine that did that wonderful rendition of the national anthem, join me in giving that Marine one more round. Everybody loves live music, particularly that song. I think about the family affair that this is. We almost could have stopped right there. This Harvey family that Cindy and I have had the pleasure to know and love throughout the years, to watch and grow. I was just commenting, it used to be just Big John. Yeah. And you were so good, they thought, well, let's replicate, right? Let's get more. And we got Alvin and Olin, future Marines right there. Or do something better, right? Go out and make millions and millions of dollars. Either way, I know your dad's very proud of you. Never stops talking about you and smiling, and we're glad to have you here for sure. And then there's the beautiful Miss Anna. Yeah. I haven't seen you as much, but if you look anything and act anything like your wonderful mother, you're going to be just fine. And Megan, like I said up here, probably not so quietly, that certificate, that you don't just support me, you make him better. You make everybody better. And I guess you kind of outlasted him in the Corps a little bit. So real. I was told to razzmate a little. It might come off the rails, but the truth is, going back, I think, when you think about how do you capture 21 years, how do you really elevate? Because you all can read bios, you can read programs. What I really wanted to, when I think about Nate, when I first met Nate, back in the, it seems like so many years ago, but it also seems like yesterday. I believe we were eating lunch at the Marsoc Chow Hall. I knew I was going to 210, and at the time, Major Landry said, "Oh, you got meat? Hey, here's going to be one. He's going to be one of your best." And we met for a few minutes, and I walked away, and I thought, whew, he's energetic. It's almost like, Nate, I'll see you in about 8 months. I gotta go, and we'll link back up. But I think about, you think about energy. I was telling your mom and dad this earlier, I was like, you can get in trouble trying to match Nate's energy. That's for sure. It's not a good move. Right? Because you're going to get outpaced. Nate's very energetic. I'm like, where did he get all this energy? And of course, Jim and Deb, we know where he got it. Yeah? You all, and it's really great to see you again. I wish we didn't have to see each other like every 10 years, but maybe it could become more of a frequent thing. But that young man that you raised, he sent me this. It was pretty great. He sent me some of these things about his childhood. And I was thinking about, naturally, Nate, Naturally, Nate's the captain of everything that he gets involved in high school. You know, now it was tennis and crochet and some little
That's what we consider basket, yes.
but you were the captain, right? You're going to see a trend and a theme. Nate in leadership positions at an early age. The Marine Corps ROTC program, he was the leader of that in his local high school. And you can kind of do the connecting file now, right? It's like, okay, the Marine Corps probably saw him coming, and that we're better for sure. I did that. But then, then he tells me about his hometown. Tells me that the high school he went to was #1, and he put parentheses, but not for the right reasons. Yeah. And it's like, it's another one of those like wonderful Marine Corps stories where somebody gets away from some of that, joins the Marine Corps, and really flourishes. You brought a lot of good in there, so we thank Jim and Deb and all your upbringing for that. And of course, I'd be remiss, there's lots of you here, I won't buy names, so I'll just start at the very top. And that's Sergeant Major Kopensberger, your wonderful wife, and the family that's here. All I've ever heard Nate talk about is what a wonderful support structure he had with his in-laws. And when I see you all here today, I just think, I know they're blessed to have you all. And it's not like that for every family, but for them it truly is. So it's special that you're here. I heard you earlier, Sergeant Major, reminiscing about what the Hawk used to look like. Yeah, to our friends, and there's lots of colonels here that I've known for years, and I'm glad you're here. I'm certain that you ran across Nate Harvey and any rank and had kind of the same impression that I had, and it was like that was a positive experience. This captain, this major, this lieutenant colonel, this human being makes everything better when he touches it. And he is the example of taking limits and making them lemonade. There's other analogies and metaphors, but we're keeping it family friendly. I wanted to talk about Chuck E. Cheese. Have you told your kids that story? Do they know? Okay, you all know what Chuck E. Cheese is? You know the pizza joint? All right, next time you go, ask your dad what he used to do at Chuck E. Cheese. All right? I'm not going to spoil it for you, but he was a star. The fact that you shared that with me, I was like, I wish I knew that 12 years ago. Yeah. But well done, my friend. Well done. Yeah. So then his life really picks up, yeah? And I promise you this, I won't cover down on every minute of his 21 years. Like I said, I'm relying a little bit on the fact that you at least glanced at that program. It's well done. But, that MROTC, that got him to South Carolina University. He became a Gamecock. Talk to me about all the fun you had there and everything.
Okay, guys! Woo! Yes!
I know it made his day 2 years in a row when they beat the beloved Ohio State University at football. Those days are long gone, by the way. Hey, everything he did at college is minuscule compared to how smart. All you cash in on all your wisdom. By beating this for what it's worth, Megan, that was the one he put in big bold letters.
Aww.
That's where I met Megan. Yeah, and it's on after that. I don't know the whole story about the whole Mount Scott engagement story. Cindy and I tried like mad to try to get you a souvenir about Mount Scott down there for the artillery officers in the room. It's the mountain down in Fort Sill, Oklahoma. And I'm told that that was sort of the engagement location.
It's the most romantic place you find one, guys.
Yeah.
You gotta dig.
But for my money, if it brought you two together, it's worked out. I'll have that memory of Mount Scott for the rest of my life. Yeah? Other than, there's plenty of others, but that's the highlight of it. But anyway, you go, you do your South Carolina thing, get your degree. 2004, voila, you get commissioned, you become a Marine officer and leader. We're here to celebrate today a tremendous Christian man. We're here to celebrate a leader of Marines You know, and I think that's what makes this, so great. Every time we do these things, any senior officer will tell you, and you've been to them too, where you're like, man, I wish the Marine Corps could hold on to these people. But then you take a little bit of you get a little, it makes sense to you is what the way I wanted to say that is, because you know how well you're going to represent the Marine Corps in the civilian. You're going to crush it, right? Use your term, or it's going to be awesome. But I'd be remiss if I didn't kind of gloss over a few highlights of his career. 2004, so he's a 210, 10th Marine, through and through, a couple tours in there. Long before I ever met him, he was already crushing it. Yeah. If you'll see in his bio, you'll see as a lieutenant, he had an opportunity to do a few things. But one thing I know about the artillery community is, we don't put any random lieutenant in as a headquarters battery CO, at a battalion level. We don't put any lieutenant out in front of the infantry to be a fire support, that expert that needs to be running around. And we certainly don't put any lieutenant in key developmental billets, XO, OPSO, and particularly at the battalion. We are in a position now in our community, and have been for like 25 years, where we have to be very selective of who those people are. And when you look in that bio, you'll see, there's a trend. Nate was put in every one of those billets. Every one of them. I just want you to understand what that's a reflection of what a great young officer Nate Harvey was from the jump. But then, as the story goes, it's like, okay, congratulations, you were very successful. Now we're going to send you to Manpower. Yeah. Woo. I know I'm amongst some Manpower professionals in here. I personally have never had the joy. I can still call or complain about Manpower on the back end. But one thing Nate told me about Manpower was his eyes were opened up wide. It's like it takes a lot. It takes a lot to take care of the force, manage it. You only get so many numbers, and you came along at a time when you were just flat out told you were in the retention. You were put in charge. You were made a deputy, and then they said, hey, here's what we need from you, motivator. We need you to figure out how to get down to a certain number.
They got the wrong heart.
Yeah.
Meant to get made.
So, yeah, you had to suppress all that I love every Marine I ever come across or rechannel. And I wasn't with you, but I guarantee that's what you did. You went, okay, this isn't going to be great news for a whole bunch of Marines, and I'm kind of responsible to figure out how to do this. And you figured out a way how to take care of even those Marines. You're like, well, I got to be honest with them. I got to give them ground truth, give them a chance to plan. And that's me speculating. And I'm confident that's how you approach it. Because when you reflect back on Manpower tours, and most of you, they were like, hey, I made it, I'm out of there. But, okay, now I can be a better leader because of what I know. And I share that in public here today because that's what I saw. When you were at 210. I saw somebody that he took all that energy and he did everything he could for the Marines, and that was never lost on me. We talked about it. But there are a lot of Marines that owe you a debt of gratitude for showing them, again, that some days are better than others, but at the end of the day, we get to be United States Marines, and we get to do some things, and it's pretty great. And then there were some deployments we've been out there. I did not mention the one as a lieutenant. You name it. If you've heard names, if you've heard Operation Iraqi Freedom, Operation Enduring Freedom, Operation Inherent Resolve, if you've heard of, I don't know, if anybody heard of the Middle East? Yeah? Probably today you have, yeah. But the real point of it is he was out in the Middle East doing things, and it was, that actually comes later, so I'm off script completely here, Nate. But the truth of it is, IAs were individual augments. Made things hard for most commanders when you had to try to figure out, who needs to go where. I got to lose them. But you also knew that's what they joined for, and that's where the Marine Corps needed their best and brightest. So when you see that in the bio about all the deployments, you did know that, there were commanders suffering back in the rear because they had to send you forward and, do the nation's bidding, which you always did so well. But for 210, I won't bore everybody with how great you did. I just wanted to share one little story. So if you think he's inflammable, then I got to share one of his least professional moments. Hopefully now. now as a seasoned lieutenant colonel, you can appreciate that. I can't
Love it.
I can't just walk around and tell every battery commander that your battery's the greatest, right?
But they are.
Yeah. So I made the mistake. We were out at ITX, and I didn't realize it was a mistake at the time, but Nate showed me it was. You know, he's out there, and they think they're doing pretty great, and they were. Talking about how nobody can match Echo, and I think I might have said, actually, you know, the battalion right now, all 3 batteries are, you know, they're really doing great. So we're not really, you know, keep it up, keep getting better. And I think Nate translated that to what, you know, the CO doesn't love me, the CO doesn't love me. So he pouts about it, you know, for a little while, and only the way Nate can pout, right? Smile on his face, everything's awesome, but man, you know, it was eating at it a little bit. And I think it took us all the way through the, I think it was our redeployment back in the plan on Hong Kong, we had a chance to talk about it. You were going to show me, right? Like Echo. And I love that about you. But I share that story with the group because if that's the least professional thing somebody can do, like I'll take that every day of the week. How dare him not say, and just agree with me that Echo 210 was the greatest firing battery to ever, you know, put that.
Just stand out while you go hurt it.
Yeah.
So we'll take it.
Yeah, I hear you. Context is everything. But I love that about you. And, you know, as a leader, you figure out, well, I got to at least mentor you and let you know, like, you can't take everything the wrong way, buddy. You know, you have to know. But the truth is, you guys were pretty good. And the reason they were good is because they were led by somebody that, you know, it's that old adage. When I think of this, it's they don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Yeah.
When you hear that, this could have been my mic drop moment. That's who you think about. Right there. That's who I think about. That's the ultimate compliment I can give you. Like, that's it. It's whoever wrote that out. I don't know who it was. It was Thucydides or whoever. I mean, it could have been anybody. I feel like they knew you when they talk like that. Because the Marines know you care. They love it. Nobody knows how to take your passion at first glance. They're like, this guy for real? It's like, I'm going to break a rule I'm not going to do as I was instructed to do. I was going to use the word acquired taste to try to do it in a positive way. That's the first positive use of acquired taste. I have to give that to Nate. Nate's an acquired taste. You're like, he can't be that positive. He's faking, he's sarcastic. It's like, what's going on? And then it takes 10 minutes and you're like, no, that's his love for life, his love for everything he does, and you have done for 21 years, it's just been outstanding. And we're all better for it. That's why we can have a smile on our face knowing that, man, I'd like to invest heavily in whatever organization you land on after retirement. I mean, it wouldn't be insider trading if you shot me a little note. I'm going to work for ... We'll get in the stock market. The incentive will start investing. But he did some great things after battery command, there's no doubt. You know, he went from 210, and I saw him again at Command and Staff College, so you can only imagine what he's like in a seminar where we encourage you to spout off your professional opinion, and he did that for a year. He did well, you guys all know that. And he made the group better, and then moved on. And then that's when I mentioned that Task Force 51.5 out there in the 5th Marine Expeditionary Brigade in Bahrain. That's when he went out there. And he was all over the Middle East, doing real-time work at a time when he done probably laying a lot of the groundwork for things we're reading about in the news today. There's no doubt, because those things take time. Telling people what they need to hear. There's no doubt. I think we talked about it. They needed to hear it. You told them, and we're better for it. And I think that's another attribute that you care. It's like I don't think you ever did this for any sort of like, what can I achieve next in terms of promotions, ranks. You did it for the Marines, and you were true to power. You know, and I appreciate it. And I think so do other folks. Sometimes they don't want to hear it. We appreciate that for 21 years. And then, of course, after that, we got you out. You got out the first. I'd say we, the Marine Corps, like that's. You went to First Smart did, and then it was a whole new thing. And you look in the bio, same thing, but now at the time of regimental effort. When you see those billets, when you see, you know, S3, when you see fire support officer, those are premium billets. And there's a reason we send folks like Nate Harvey out to it. And just like I said, please, when you read a bio of a Marine, have that perspective. And then he ends up at the Marine Corps Information Operations Center. And just talking to your CEO, and then, you know, everybody I talk to that's crossed your path out there every time we talked about what's going on. Woo, you know, everybody's trying to figure out information ops. The kayak has come a long way, and latching on to people like you, maybe the EXO and the OPSO, it's a smart move. You know, I heard the word empowerment in your award. And there's no doubt empowerment's a big word. And I'm certain that for the last 3.5 to 4 years, you've been empowering people to include all those general officers that are still trying. We're trying to figure out what info ops, what our role and what our niche is in the Marine Corps. And knowing that you were there, the part of it, it's, you know, I was always like, yeah, that's our guy. I like this. We had an 0802.
Always.
No offense. Yeah. We always try to round that out, yeah, for a little bit. It's home team for us. But the truth of it is, you're smart enough to know that's not everything. You know, there's a big picture and a big world out there. And so I'm certain that every account that you shared with me, you learned a lot. You gave a lot of that duty as well. So the risk, hey, we're dry, by the way. That's good. Thanks for that, Nate. Time to this right. So I wondered about how do you finish something up like this? And I think about a reflection wrap up. This I will go to my card just so I catch it all. Okay, awesomeness in quotes.
Yeah, walk back. Walk back.
Everybody knows you. I don't have to say another word about that. Faith. That's gonna keep you going. And everybody around you. Family. We talked about it. Again, all caps. All right. You're always, and probably for leaders that also have the privilege of serving with you, you're always the first person I thought of, particularly at 210, to represent 210. That's why you went over to 6 Marines, because we knew we had a habitual relationship at the time. It meant something. And as I told you then, I'll just share with you now. It's like, if there's something hard that needs to be done and I need somebody, you know, when I can't always be around, like, you're that guy. You know, you're always the person. I'm sure I speak for a lot of commanders who serve and a lot of people around. When there's something that's maybe a little challenging, like, you made this here, you got to keep it here now, and you always did. You have a contagious positivity. I've said that a lot already in public, but that should be on all your business cards moving forward, right? And I love it. I love you for it. And you know, I just the thought of being part of this special day for you and just having a small part of your entire career. I've been blessed. Cindy and I we love us some Harvey family. So much, in fact, that's why we're going to drop some uniforms off in your closet. So we don't have to ship them all the way back to Oklahoma. Now I just kind of leave my public thoughts with this one last thing. Any successful organization needs a person like you. You know, and it's like, so every organization that's in your bio, every organization that you touch, and every organization that you're going to touch, don't ever forget you're about it. It's there, and when I need a job and I call for a letter of recommendation, I expect you to answer my phone. Hey, the man of the hour here, thank you so much for allowing me to share just a little bit. I'm going to give it over to the real hero of today's event, Lieutenant Colonel Nathan Harvey.
Hey guys, I'm gonna tell you what, I've looked out there a few times. Hey, this is an amazing moment. It's a great day. And man, this is bigger than anything I could have asked for, better than anything I deserve. So we're gonna start with a few things. We'll start with some thank yous. We're gonna jump into a little bit of story time. We're gonna finish up the ceremony, and then we're gonna eat. So you know me, I'm a fat guy stuck in a skinny guy body. I like to eat. So we're gonna get to that shortly. If I get long, maybe we'll give you the signal. Hey, with that, there's no other place I can start with thank yous than what Chap said earlier. And that's with God and, Colonel Stoneborough, thank you for them words, but I'll tell you right now, you hit it on the head when you talk about faith. Faith is the driving factor in everything I do. If you hear the words I or me come out of anything I say, I promise you this. I did not do anything on my own. No thoughts were original. They came from a loving God that guided my steps every single day and every single event and every single adventure I got to go on. And I'm going to tell you these things that I touched from what he covered already turned out amazing, not because I touched them. He gave me all the credit, but I'm going to tell you right now, that credit don't come to me. It comes from a God that blessed my actions. Amen. And I'll tell you, those things could have went straight sideways on multiple occasions, and they did not. Because the God watched my steps, and he watched my Marine steps, and he watched those that I was able to lead and participate in operations with. And I am grateful every day. And that's not enough words to capture God in my life, but man, it's a good start to where we're about to go in these story times. So just realize this, though. If you hear I and me, I say that because when I say us, who's asking us, all right? So it's all God, all right? And I'm not going to leave that one too long, but I'll say this: he's blessed me this far, and I am excited to see what he blesses next. Because I mean, this ride has been 21 years of awesomeness, all caps, and I'll tell you right now, I don't know what's next, but it's going to be even better, and I am excited for it. All right, so hey, normally with that, I'll jump right into family, but I'm going to hold family for a moment just in case we get emotional, because I see mom and dad here, I see all my family, and I see my in-laws. So we're going to hold off on you guys for a minute -1. And I'm going to start just real quick with that lovely lady named Megan Harvey, because ain't nobody beating you after God's first, and you right there number 2. I love you, Megan. Hey, you've been the rock that God gives me that rock. You're the foundation around it. And you drive the Harvey house. You've done so much for this. I love you, and that's because there's no better way to capture that, man. You are the bread and butter of everything that we get after. And you're amazing. You've done so much. You took care of the house, allowed me to focus on getting after the mission set. And I'll tell you this, Colonel Stoneborough, every reader I've had is always blown away when they see the herd of Harveys that show up and the chaos that ensues. And you're the one that controls that chaos, Dave. And I'm going to give more to you a little bit later, but I just want to make sure I thank you before I did it to anybody else. So, hey, now as we slide on to the thank yous, I'll be honest, we got a lot of ranking people in here, and I love it. And usually you go by rank, you got some tired guys, but just realize this, I'm going to start with the only place I can start. We already hit God, we hit Meg. I'm starting with the king. And if you don't know what I mean by the king, I'm talking about the king of battle. And when we talk Marine Corps, we're talking artillery. The artillery community is where I'm starting at. And that is my house. It's the most handsome men, most beautiful women. And I'll tell you right now, it's just that special community. Not because I'm part of it, but I am a big part of it. But it's also because of these other people I'm going to introduce you to here shortly. Hey, first and foremost, my retiring officer, Colonel Stoneborough. Woo, sir! Hey, one, thank you for coming out. Yeah, I want to feel like I'm special, but I do think you were just trying to escape Florida, Oklahoma, maybe Fort Sill, get a little DC life, but hey, sorry, the words were amazing. I had to pinch, like I looked at Meg a couple times to ask who you were talking about, and sometimes I forget those things, and I appreciate you capturing my career in a little cage and just actually driving home some key points that you truly saw who I was as a leader in this gun club, and I appreciate that. And your time as a battalion minister, you mentored me a lot. You gave one example, and you truly drove home a lot of points that made a lot more sense down the road. And I was a stubborn captain, and I'm just happy you did not fire me because you had every opportunity. I think I even recommended it to you once. Thanks for not listening. Thanks for not taking my advice on that one. But I'll say this: the team you built, and I say you. I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up that amazing woman next to you, Miss Cindy. Hey, you guys built a team that I'll tell you, when we were gone all the time, sir, we were gone all the time. We were gone a lot. And when you first took over, I was a single dad, and Meg was on the Muse, still floating around the ocean. And it was very aggressive, and our schedule was aggressive. I'm going to tell you, my in-laws will get to you later, but we had a lot of coverage between my parents and Meg's parents on making sure the kids were watched. But when Meg got back, Miss Cindy, I'll tell you right now, you guys built a community and a family that we will talk about forever. And I can't give all the credit to the CEO because we were gone. So whatever you did, it was amazing, man. And I'm thankful, man. Cindy, you're amazing. We were talking the other day on FaceTime. Now I was about to start crying because you're just that awesome. You're like the other mom. Like, you're just always around. Big sister, whatever you want to call her. You're not that old. You're not my mom. You guys were amazing. You guys were amazing. I'm grateful you guys made it out. Thank you so much. Sliding down, hey, did Master Flag make it out? It's all good. Hey, if you guys know Master Flag, that's an individual that you just want to copy and paste on every staff NCO. And his wife Ryan, if they make it, it's all good, but I love those guys, and I'll hit them up later. It's all good. Next up, I'll tell you what, we got another Gunslinger 6. I seen him. Colonel Parker, let's go. Hey, sir, I came to you at one of the most awkward points in my career. For those that don't know, I got off on Iraq deployment when Charlie 110, which we'll cover in a little bit, and I'll tell you, I was prepping up with 1st Battalion, 8th Marines, Beirut Battalion, getting ready to punch out the door, and I got hit with some crazy, horrible, not awesome news. But it was, again, God's blessings to put me where I was at, pulled me off of deployment with 1-8, sent me back to 210, had to get some things straight, took about a month. Sir, you were patient. You got me on track, got me refocused on what was going on. You allowed me time to get back. I'll tell you, modern medicine and doctors are amazing. I love it. And I say that on, I was able to, I was one step from heading out the Marine Corps door. The doctors got me right, and I jumped right on your team. And I'll tell you, I don't know if you like Jones here, but you guys set up an environment that reinvigorated everybody in it, to include a guy that came in and was ready to walk out the door after I got some rough news on the medical side of the house. And I'll tell you, that reinvigoration, the minute the doc gave me a thumbs up, woo, we was breathing fire and getting after it. And I'll tell you, I was in 3 Alpha. I got to take over the 3 for a little bit. Then I was the battery commander for headquarters, so he gave my first chance at command. And man, I thought I was going to melt it. And I thought we was going to burn it down, but it was absolutely amazing. And I'll tell you, you got a rock star right next to you, and First Sergeant / now Sergeant Major DeYoung, who kept me on track all day, every day. And you talk about, I was calling Master Block a minute ago, Sergeant Major DeYoung, cannot thank you enough for that mentorship you shot out. I'll tell you, the relationship between officer and enlisted can be awesome, it can be awkward, it can be great, it can be horrible. And I'll say this, when it's done right, and there's no perfect right, but when it's done right, it's beautiful and it is priceless. And man, Sergeant Major, you and Master Guns Lock are two priceless entities when it comes to that. You have mastered how to deal, I should say deal, how to work with enlisted and officer and advise. It's just a beautiful thing, and I'm grateful. Thank you so much for coming up. I know that you and Colonel Griffin are probably plotting your next fishing trip on the way back down. Super cool. Thank you for making it. Sliding down, there's another piece I want to hit up real quick. Colonel Hayne. Woo, sir, let's go. Hey, first chance this man's been in America. I tell you, sir, we had to spend a ton of time together. We honestly, like working together, I think it was like 6 or 7 weeks directly working together. You were an instructor out of WTI, I'm going to tell you what, when there's a first lieutenant that's a seasoned captain, junior major's course, and you took my lunch money. It was so awesome. Every day, you was putting a straight whooping on me, and I loved it. It was great, but I'll tell you this, I left at a level of expertise that doesn't happen for first lieutenants. And when I say that, we're going to cover some story time in my career. It was not lost on me, and it paid dividends for the DOD in the United States of America on multiple occasions. You were a part of that, from Tomahawk strikes in other countries and things along these lines. Just realize you drove that. You and Milk Dud, General Ryan. That's right. I call him Matt. You pass it on to him. Hey, next to you, hey, Colonel Matt. I'll tell you right now, sir. I didn't know you was going to be here. We got Thunder 6, now the TVSCO. Hey, sir, I love you, man. We have crossed paths a few times, and it has been nothing but awesomeness. You are just a true leader that people try to emulate. You are difficult to take in on the front end. It is a straight train wreck, and I'll tell you, when you took over the Thunder team out in 29 Palms, every major was calling me and asking about you. And the only thing I could tell them was, strap in. You're gonna lead better. Drink the Kool-Aid. I know it hurts on the front end, but you're going to be better. And when I say that, I mean it, sir. You are an absolute expert at what you do, and you don't take lightly the mission of what we do. And you do make everyone around you better, and I'm grateful to have worked with you. Thank you for coming out. It means a lot, sir. Slide on. We got a couple more people here that are awesome, and I'm just going to cover. We're almost out of the 08 side, so don't worry. Just stay with me. Master Guns Russell, I see you out here. Hey, I met you after I went to WTI, so just realize I wasn't always that awesome. And it wasn't always that magical. But man, once I left the schoolhouse with Colonel Hayne, I was crushing it all day, every day. It was ridiculous. And that's when we crossed paths, and I'll be honest, man, you took me to another level of fire support from the schoolhouse, every answer you could imagine, to just different ways to employ it. And if you're truly a subject matter expert, a mentor, I'll always reach out to you when it comes to anything fires. You're awesome, and I appreciate that. And I saved the last one. I covered almost everyone. I think I've seen Colonel Weinstein out in here. Yep, there he is. Let's go. Hey, sir. I briefed your whole team. You were Fireball 6. You ran 10 Marines when I was out there. You heard some of the things that I did while I was there. And I'll tell you, I worked under Colonel Stoppenborough. And just like Echo Battery was hands down, you were past Battery Strider 3 had the sign said Echo Battery with big X on it. Because he was getting mad, he was taking every mission. It was one of those things. I'll tell you, I was in the best battalion, hands down, and you know that, and I know that. And I do love Nightmare. 110's also okay. They're a decent team. They're amazing at the time. When I was with Charlie 110, they were the best. I'll say this, hey sir, you taught me a few things. One, I got to come work with you as your 3 Alpha. I got pulled out of the 6 Marines Fires book. I'll say this, on your team, there's no room for a B team. You show up with your A game, or you don't play. And you also took my lunch money a couple times in a few groups. I can remember very clearly, I'm not going to repeat the words, you got the kids in here. And I'll just say this, my goodness, sir, I love it. I'm drinking that Kool-Aid, hey, mail received. And I left better. And I appreciate that. Working under Colonel Stoppenborough, I couldn't ask for anything better. And now I got to work with you, just took it to another level, and I appreciate that. And you did have a rock star team. I don't think Colonel Carroll's here, but that was a piece. And I'm going to hit a couple other quick highlights. Hey, we got Colonel Lights Donuts in here. We're 908s, right? We're going 908s now. So we're also still awesome. Yes, ma'am! Woo! Hey, I'll tell you like a sister. You're Meg's sister, like you're part of our family. I am so grateful for you. Anytime you ever need something, you give a holler. If we need something, you better believe we call on babysitter time. Now that you got police out the house, and poop, y'all got rest poop. I was going to say, I can always sit for you, but it's one of those poop moves on. But hey, if we need a babysitter, we'll call you too. We love you. But thank you for making it out, man. It means a lot. I'll tell you how we cut my teeth on manpower as an adjutant. Again, I think they're supposed to get mad up that manpower job. It's a little bit painful on the front end, but you showed me a lot of the ropes. And I am grateful because that tour was extremely rewarding, which we'll cover in a little bit. I don't know if Colonel Joe Schmidt, his wife, made it out. I didn't see him. Hey, absolutely, that man's kidnapped me. Watch out for him. When he pins on 1-star general, you watch out for him. Kidnapped me in Afghanistan. I never made some good I was supposed to go to. He's a pretty awesome guy. It worked out well. I made it home. It's okay. Hey, Colonel Griffin. Woo! I got to talk to you. Yes, sir! Part of that Blue Diamond team. Whoa, let's go. Hey, sir, I got to be honest. You're a warrior. You're a war fighter. Hey, and you are just one of the most inspirational leaders I've ever been with. And you walk the walk, and I got to be honest, man, I'm so pumped for you, and sorry to be unrated out, but I'll tell you what, that time we got to spend together was ridiculous. And I'd be remiss if I left out Sergeant Ortega as well. That command team was just straight breathing fire. The border almost out of control. It's almost out of control. Like, I'll be honest, we didn't go to jail for anything, sir. It has to be. No one got fired. We didn't go to jail. And the wheels are still on the bus. I think they still have a unit out there, although I think they did burn the building down. So that's okay. Looks pretty nice now for me. But hey, sir, thanks so much for making it out here. It means a lot. And we will come down and hunt and fish with you. Big John, we're going to get down there and start shooting them pigs. We're coming. We're coming. Hey, Sergeant Major DeYoung, thanks for getting the colonel up here safely. I will pray for you guys on your ride back because I know how both you guys get out. So it's going to be a good trip right out of here. So we'll see. I'm going to jump into the commanders of my kayak now. My goodness, I got to work with 3 commanders at my kayak, and they were all awesome and slightly different, but man, there's a reason they got picked for command. I'm going to start with the first one, which is Colonel Manick. Sir, woo, yes, sir. Hey, I started as the XO there for about 2 minutes. And then, Colonel Manick grabbed me. He's like, hey, I think you might fit better in this OPSO gig. And my goodness, sir, thank you. Woo! I love XO admin stuff, but that ain't it. That is not where this dog hunts. I always prefer that op seat where you are just driving the pain train. And my goodness, sir, thanks so much. Your mentorship throughout the time, you made me the 3 I got to drive Jim McNee crazy. So awesome. I appreciate it. You set up where I'm at right now, and it's a great place, so thank you. I don't think Colonel Kent made it. He hit me up right before, said he had the great contact for another place, but yeah, I'll just say this. I had a lot of jokes for Colonel Kent, so. You heard his accent, you know what we're talking about. Hey, I'll say this, man. That guy is a big brain, and I know we got some tackle on my here. That guy is a big brain, super smart. And the one joke you can share with him, man, he would take over the world if he could learn to type with all his fingers. He would build a plane to take over the world. So the dude is so smart and awesome, but he was great. And I got to work with him for 2 years, and it was phenomenal. And then, hey, Colonel Heller, you driving the pain train now, and I love it. It's so awesome. I appreciate it. We had to talk a few months back, and you told me stop. I think you saw the energy And this is my thing, when I say you told me to stop, you know I would work myself into the ground, hands down. That is just how I do business. I love what I do. And I married a woman that can embrace that, which I am appreciative of. You'll come up a lot. But she allows me to stay at work all day, all night, and I think you saw some of that, and you realize that you got to focus on transition, man. You're getting out of the ring for it. I can't thank you enough for that, sir. Like, that was huge. It's not small, like, that was massive. Because I'd still be at work right now. I thought we were going to be at my retirement ceremony. I would have said somebody to speak on my behalf. Jimmy D. But hey, sir, I appreciate it. And this day turned out great for the team. XO, I know you're in here somewhere. Man, all the XOs from Burn XO, Major Henderson to Adam Craig, Drew Holmes didn't make it out. Hey, that XO job is unloved. I've been in XO before. You can have that. That's good. Hey, unless you're working, you know, Colonel Griffin, you made it a wild ride, so it was okay. It's kind of like an Oxford times. So it was pretty great. And then Colonel Colson definitely did make me vote for XO out, so because he loved me. Matt, you didn't see me, man. Sorry. Hey, I'm gonna jump into a little story time and a few other things, but I'm gonna hit up just a real fast run through. Hey, just a quick flashback. Running back from my childhood youth, every teacher, every coach I had helped build the foundation my parents started. It was big. Hey, Jeff Hassel was out here from my high school. Jeff, Gunny Hassel, you're like Superman, brother. You were always one step ahead of me. You enlisted before I commissioned, and you retired before I retired. You had a phenomenal career. Your brother had a phenomenal career. And I'm grateful to know you, and I look forward to staying in touch with you. Thanks for making it out. It's big. I don't know if Levy made it out. You hear him if you did, so that's all right. Hey, I love you, Levy. I miss you. You're like my best friend. We grew up together. Hey, where my Gamecocks at? Hey, let's go! Yes, sir. He's not getting some super impressive out there. It's good. Guys all there. Hey, South Carolina, from hash runs to stadium cleanup, you can't put a price tag on the fun that we had. It was ridiculous. Hey, Colonel Raymond, you were the perfect mix. I mean, you know how to balance having a good time and still being a midshipman, prepping to be a Marine Corps officer. You can't put a price on that because some people either come in drinking all the Kool-Aid or they're still college students. You were the perfect mix where we still had a great time and you wore the crap out of us, especially prepping.
Enjoyed it too.
Oh, sure. As long as it were case at the end of the run, sir. I'm joking. Hey, Colonel Martinez, Ash Martinez, I saw you guys. Thanks for making it. I love you guys. And congratulations to Second Lieutenant Martinez in the Army. Too much awesomeness. Hey, I have a family. I don't know if they made it out, but they are the glue to so many families. It's ridiculous. I love it. They're awesome. The Wicker family. Woo, they're so good. I always looked up to, Lieutenant Colonel Robert Wicker. He retired. I looked up to him before we started flying, other than the fact he was flying. You all know I'm a ground guy. It's where I live at. I belong on the ground. Big Daddy Nance, I don't know if you made it out, but I'll tell you, Big Daddy Nance, awesome dude. Dan Daly, I saw you out there. D. Dan Daly, let's go. He's not D. Dan Daly, right, but he's related to D. Dan Daly. So he was also a Marine Corps officer with us, went to school. Hey, Steve Madden and Gary Kamikowski, they're the other two amigos on the third. I'll tell you right now, I love you guys. You didn't get to make it out, but you guys were amazing. The Geiger family, and I don't know if Jill's here. Where's Jill? Yes! Hey! Meg's big sis! My sister, Auntie Jill. Oh my goodness. So good to see Jill. You were amazing. I love you. It's so great. Hey, and thank you to Meg for calming down on the turtle gifts. The house was exploding with turtles. Like all these cool stuff. Even so thank you. But my gosh, Jill. Hey, Jill, we loved it when you lived in Virginia Beach because we go to the beach and chill with you. We did not love it in Tennessee. That's why we didn't come to visit you. Not to but I think you're moving up this direction, so hey, we're going to catch up. We hope to see you a lot more here in the near future. Now, rapid run through for the commands up in Echo 210. Hey, we helped out with Hurricane Katrina for those teams. Stats Harvey and Chester, I talked to you right before we came out here. I love you, man. You're great. So I met you a lot first time. Hey, Charlie 110, we covered some of the Iraq deployment. I got a lot of the guys out here, man. I'll tell you right now, we will cover a little bit more story time, but my goodness, guys, I can't believe you came out in full force to tell you guys that I miss you, I love you, I enjoy our phone calls. It's like the biggest understatement ever. We went through some interesting times. Being on the other side, indirect fire sucks. Well, there's mortars or rockets, and we got to taste both of them. I think the second thing we went to Raleigh, and I'll tell you, man, I was never worried because I had you guys as my teammates, and because I had God in every step we took. But I'll tell you, I see you guys out there, man. You guys made a difference. Cookie Monster, wherever you found all those rivets and ice, I don't know, but you did. And if you know what a rivet is, then you know. And how you got ice to go with them, man, is even better. I was in the middle of the desert. I don't know how that happens. And then, hey, Cantrell, I see you out there, we got a hey, just realize who wanted to punch me in the face. One of my squad leaders wanted to punch me in the face because me and you always read a point. He was like, sir, you can't run point every time. And I was like, I love the Scouts. Man, I'm a fighters guy. I live in the fire world, and I love Scouts. So me and you were all ready plus. Hey, you know we can't mess around with directions. So and we got Landscape Martinez out there. You probably got others in general. Sorry about it. Hey, you guys are cool. Epic goodness, man. And I know you came from all over the country, and I'll just tell you that time shaped what you're going to hear in story time for a guy that got to just touch a lot of stuff and make a difference on a global scale at times. And from Presidents of the United States signing my targeting packages on 2 occasions, like, hey, super awesome. So you guys were the beginning of that, and we cut our teeth on some stuff that at the time sucked, and it was not awesome. And I'll just say, some of the guys, all our guys came back with that LAR team. I'll tell you, Doc Kenyon, Corporal Galvez, you don't forget those guys. You were there since tense times, and I love them. And some of our guys aren't with us anymore. Hey, trust me, they run through my thoughts all the time. Them and their families. Moving on to the MMA family. Woo! Yes! I don't know who all got to make it up from them, but from Master Guns, I already hit up Colonel Gomez and a few others. We got Master Arm Mejia, Master Guns Live, Master Arm Davis. And I don't know if Monty made it. I thought I saw some bearded wonder come in here. Is that Monty? Yeah. Oh man, look at that beard just looking at me, brother. I'm coming for you. Stop it. Hey, I'll tell you this, a dynamic world. I appreciate all you guys did dealing with a guy that truly does not belong in a cubicle. As you hear from how I'm talking, just imagine that cubicle life. It just doesn't fit. It's just not natural. So if I end up in a cubicle, I'm going to have to figure that one out. That's good. We hit you. Yeah, all goodness. Sliding out, we went back to 210 after that. I'll tell you, when I went back to 210, straight to an individual augment in Afghanistan, Joe Schmidt kidnapped me. I never made it to the, supposed to be in northern Afghanistan watching every single movie on the shared drive. That was my goal. Maybe twice. India had 2 beers with the Germans every night. Woo! I was looking forward to this deployment in Afghanistan. It's a different world. So I ran into a guy named Max Wright, Joe Schmidt. I'm going to tell you, I worked 16 to 18 hours a day. And I made a difference across the country that, maybe not the big enough difference we needed, but we truly made a difference arming local villagers to defend from the Taliban. And I mean, we armed them up well, and I'm sure they put up a good fight when we left. And, hopefully it worked out as well as it could for them. But good at reporting, mission set. It was my first time cutting my teeth with a bunch of assault forces that set me up for a few other things coming down the road. It's pretty awesome. Went back to 210, Echo 210. I'm not sure who came out with Echo 210, but I'll tell you this. When I went to Echo 210, it was hands down the best battery in 2nd Battalion 10th Marines. It was the best battery in 10th Marine Regiment. We had a little thing on our guide on that set. So there's no doubt in my mind that's where we live. When I say that, that was hands down not because of me. That was a team game, and that team was awesome. From First Sergeant Crawford, who couldn't ask for a better mentor, that was just keeping me from breaking every single thing in my way. And there were a lot of things to include, higher up leadership in the way that I just sort of can't do that. They kept me in the box when I needed to be in the box. We let me run wild, but I could run wild. Gunnery Sergeant Baez, Big Papa Bipolar Bear, he ran with the same fire I ran with, and my goodness, it was an amazing team. And then finally, the excellent, my lieutenants were just abs. I had 3 of them, and you're supposed to have, I think, 6 or 7. We had 3. It was epic. And those 3 were amazing, and they crushed it. And I'll tell you, Mike Aaron, I know you're heading out for the Pacific right now. I don't know where you're going next in your career. But my gosh, I'm ready to watch it and see it in action because you go in places. He was my XO, I handpicked him, and I know so we had a long talk about picking him as the XO. He had a little baggage. It was one of those things. Best pick ever! Woo! Thanks for trusting me! Oh my goodness. Because I'll tell you, that man is a straight B leader, expeditionary officer of the year 2 years ago. That guy was the guy that got everything out of Afghanistan when it needed to get out of Afghanistan, all the people, to include so many Afghans. And I'm going to tell you, that man is an absolute monster, and I love him. Following that 210 tour, we had a couple of fun times there, but we're going to fast forward to 51.5. Hey, my goodness, I worked with a guy named General Donovan. He's the vice commander of SOCOM. He was absolutely crushing. He was making good things happen. Couldn't be here. Him and his command team. And then the fighters guy, Master Sergeant Smith, Smudge, Sergeant Sanders, Sergeant Alessandria. We made a difference in fighters across the world. That it was just something that it just doesn't happen. From dropping bombs from one place to another. And I also met with Bob from it. Where you at, Bob? Where's my judge? Hey, man, you kept it all legal. And that's why I love you. You got every general to not say no. They didn't say yes. But that's all I needed was for them not to say no. And man, we dropped bombs in places no one loved them. So, and the people that were there will never talk about it. So, but yeah, hey, it was an awesome time at 51.5. I did good to go out to the Blue Diamond team after that. I went to 211 for a little bit, crushed it 211. Man, what a good time. Got to work with the fight with 5th Marines. One thing I was buttered about, I came back from a year of Bahrain, and I went straight back to Triumph Palms. And as Bob McCarthy knows, Triumph Palms is the desert. So I was a little pissed off about that. But I spent a year away from that amazing family up front, went straight back to the desert, but I got a great wife. Love you, babe. You're amazing. So it was good. But all that stuff worked out, and then I got to join up with a team that was absolutely ridiculous at headquarters of the Battalion First March, where I met Colonel Griffin and Sergeant Major Ortega and our team. That team was absolutely amazing. When you talk about the elite professionals, because you got the division staff under you as well when you're the headquarters battalion. And I'll just say this, when you got the division staff, it's awkward for guys like Colonel Griffin because the general works for him, but not really super awkward. So you just got to go with it. So it's just one of those things. There's some weird, awkward pieces there, but my gosh, you make a difference across the division. You make sure the division can fight, and if you know the Blue Diamond, that's who we're calling when the balloon goes up. And as much as I love my second Martin people, I love them. That Blue Diamond's getting called every time first. One, because they're massive. They're just huge. And it was great being part of that headquarters battalion team. Yeah, I can't thank everyone enough. There's a lot of things I got written down, but we're going to push. After that, I got to join up with the Mackay team, and I'm going to highlight 3 things on the Mackay team, and I'm going to come back to it in a little bit. But hey, for the Mackay team, I'll say this again, I already covered the CEOs, but there's 3 other people. First and foremost, I got Chief Grahowski. Hey, Chief, you're absolutely beast. I love you. When we get into story time, drinking beers, you probably got the best ones. And I'm excited to hear them again, because they're just that good. For everybody else, but this guy's been through a lot of stuff, he's done a lot of things, but most importantly, hey, you're grounded in the faith. You're a guy, I don't talk about the faith all that much, we try to keep like a church and state thing, but if it comes up, I take every opportunity to jump on it. And I'll tell you, you had that door open for me, man, I appreciate that. So we had some talks, it was just awesome. And you helped me grow as a person. More importantly, man, you introduced me on multiple occasions and every day with food to that amazing woman next to you, Stephanie. Hey, just like everybody here, you almost always got a bad way to help drive that pain train, and I'm grateful that Stephanie is there with you because she makes you better and you're able to focus on the Mackay team, keeping us operationally relevant and keeping IO relevant. Where it belongs. It's not the main effort, but man, it sure as heck is an important effort that needs to be captured in any way. But Ms. Steph, thanks for coming out and eating the food, so amazing. Oh, babe, you're the best. I don't know how I'm not 300 pounds, but one day I will. The next one. Get ready, man. That's for you. Hey, the next one, I'm going to cover Steve Gross. We'll say Jimmy B for last. Did Steve make it out? Yep. Hey, Steve, this man has met everyone in the world and knows about it. And he's done everything you could do in the world at least twice. So if you have a question, or you need to get a hold of someone, call Steve. Because Steve knows. Hey, Steve, I'm joking, but hey, I love you, man. You're awesome. You've been a great, just mentor person. And your knowledge base is just ridiculous, man. I'm grateful I had a chance to work with you and get to know you. You're just a great guy and truly awesome. The next one's right next to you. I see Jim. Hey, the Deputy 3. Hey, when you're meant to cross paths with people, this is it. So I'm going to give you a quick rundown on how me and Jim, like this is like God laughing at me, like in my face. So like, as you look at Jim, wife's name is Deb. My mom's name, Jim and Deb. His dad was a sergeant major. Meg's dad was a sergeant major. His wife and one of his daughters, Gamecocks. Me and Meg, Gamecocks. University of South Carolina. Like, you just meant to cross paths with people sometimes. It's ridiculous. Hey, Jim, you're my Deputy 3. He's been doing this stuff since I was born, probably. I'm joking, Jim, not that old. Hey, you talk about an expert in this field, and this is part from the chief to Jim to Steve. There's a question sometimes when you deal with civilians, contractors. Those 3 civilians I referenced, and the entire kayak team, civilians and contractors, I can't think, those 3 specifics. Dude, I would pull on any team I'm standing up. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. It was phenomenal working with you. And then that goes for the rest of the like, sometimes there's this awkward, it's not a team, they're not. We're a family, and I am grateful to be on that kayak team. It's been nothing but greatness. And the last guy I'm highlighting on the kayak is Dan Webster. And for the rest of the kayak, you know Dan Webster. Yeah, I see Dan. I don't know if it would exist without Dan Webster. Like, he's like the shadow governor, I think. Like, they know that because they know. If you know, you know. Hey. Dan Webster brought so much stuff. I think the Australians like had an embassy day and like they wouldn't hold it without Dan there. Not Mackay, not us, Dan. And it's one of those like, guys, you can come to. They're like, I just said Dan. See Dan. It's like, all right, it's cool. But Dan, hey, I seen your bare butt. That's right. Dan. You think I was gonna say it? You think I said it? Hey, anytime you need help or something, you ever need anything, you give me a phone call, and you better believe I'm gonna do the same thing. But I love you, Dave. You're awesome. Great dude. I lied, man. I got two more guys I got to highlight. I don't know if Gunny Jones showed up, but I already hit up Master Gun Scoop Bag. Hey, my two ops chiefs, when I was there, man, I do come up with off-the-wall stuff. First off, I'll cover it. Man, I dream big. When I say I dream big, God puts thoughts in my head. I'm trying to say that because it freaks people out, but I wake up with ideas. And man, they're amazing. They're the best. These guys keep me in the box, though, on the ideas. So, hey, Master Guns, man, you steered me right on quite a few times, and nothing but goodness coming from you. I love it. It was great getting on board. But Gunny Jones, I'm going to tell you, I worked with Gunny Jones, it feels like, for 10 years. Hey, Gunny Jones is similar to the Master Guns I was referencing earlier. Well-rounded man. He's a faith-based man. And I watched how he balanced family and work and God. And I'll be honest, I took notes. Because I don't think I mastered it the way he did. And true role model. I love that man. I don't know if he made it out, but my goodness. That dude's a beast. I love him to death. And he is a beast if you meet him. He's a little short, stocky man. And he will take your lunch when you piss him off. So, but with that, the rest of the mechanic team, I love you guys. SSO team, to include Miss Connie, she made it. I love you guys. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 3 teams always got a spot near and dear. You know that. From the 37 to what used to be the 3T. I love you guys, man. It's been a wild ride for the last couple of years. I already covered the civilians and contractors. Hey, it's one team, one fight. I've heard a lot of things about contractors and civilians. I don't think we ran into that. If you ever ran into that with me, you should tell me because I'll correct you. You guys are awesome. I love working with you. It's great. And it's a dynamic unit. Talk about a good place to lead from. That was a great place to lead from. And we're going to move on to family now because I've been up here for a minute. So as we crush the family time, I got to start with mom and dad. Woo! Get it? Hey, you guys built a foundation that's not shakeable. When I say it wasn't you. You guys introduced me to God. You raised me in the church, I think 7 or 8 days a week. So real. Every time I wake up on Saturday, we got church going on downstairs. So we're monitoring what's going on. But hey, you guys did a lot more than that, though. I mean, that's the foundation that never shakes. But you guys showed me what hard work looks like. And when I say you didn't tell me what hard work looks like, you showed me. I got an example to follow. So when you hear the great comments that come out of the Marines, the civilians, whoever you talk to, just realize this: when you hear hard work, when you hear production occurring across the globe, you guys set that up. That was you guys, and I mean I can't thank you enough for that. There's never an ounce of downtime in my life because I know I can be doing more, and that came from you, mom and dad. But you guys are animals. You still work more, and I don't see you ever because you're at work and you're doing stuff, and it's amazing, and I love it. You guys showed me how to love, and I watched the love you guys have for each other. And it's ridiculous. I can only hope to give Meg a piece of what you guys have for me because I still don't understand it, and I try to emulate it. You guys are amazing. You guys are, it's been awesome growing up and watching you guys. And I see fights too. Don't let me act like it's all good. And Grandma Deb. Hey, real quick, Grandma Deb. Yeah, nah, hey. That woman right there's got the sweetest voice in the world until she snaps at you. Yeah, I swear she's screaming at me and John, and someone I said, go ahead, hey, you're the best. You're the best, Ron. Hey. But you guys, no kidding, man. It's been awesome growing up in your house, and I'm truly blessed for it. And I love you guys, and you guys are amazing. Hey, John and Becky, my brother and sister, I'm glad that we grew up. I think while we were young, it was a little questionable. I think the love wasn't always quite fully there. I don't know if it was competition, I don't know what was going on, but I mean, we went back and forth a few times, maybe a couple people get thrown out of the house, locked the doors, I don't know, things like that. I'll tell you this, my goodness, man, I wouldn't change it for anything, man. Love you guys so much. Like I look at our entire family, and it's amazing. It's beautiful, and it is a blessing. Now, what I'm going to share real quick is some inside baseball. So, distracted. I'll tell you this, man. So you look at Becky. What an amazing young woman. Dave, we still love you too. Hey, Becky, she took all the brains, man. She's working at like 3M, plays balls on Becky. She's the one building filters that get rid of COVID and Ebola and all that good stuff. So smart. So we can't keep up with you. We just took all the brains. John, took all the brawn, man. I think you guys are like 350 right now. Come on. Just throw me like 100 of that. Let's stop being greedy. Now, granted, John works in the corrections job, so I'm glad you got it. I'm glad Becky got the brains working where she's at. So what did I get? Leftovers. I still love you, Mom and Dad. I still love you. Hey, what I'll tell you is this, we're celebrating a day right now. The leftovers are pretty good. You're doing all right. You're doing all right. We're celebrating a day right now, the leftovers are pretty good. So I love it. Hey, I'm going to slide over to, before I move on, hey, Dave, love having you in the family, the kids. Super awesome on that Warren side. Shannon, woo, let's go. Hey, them grandbabies are coming. We got another one on the way. Two on the way. Derek, hey, Doc Brock. Hey, thanks for being my physical therapist on the low. Give me them inside tips on how to get past some of these things. Cassie, met you once. It's so good to see you. Congratulations, man. We can't wait to meet that little munchkin. It's going to be epic awesome. Miss Liana, great to see you. Adriana, hey, baby whisperer. And dog whisperer. Super now you're a ninja. Super awesome. It's awesome. Ryan, how thanks for making it out. And then we all got two of them. Jordan James absolutely crushed it. And although Johnny couldn't make the first big time, I had to take the time on that. You had the first boy, you failed. So, and then what's up, JJ? Woo, JJ about to have a baby. So we got kids popping out all over. What a blessed baby. All right, hey, sliding over my in-laws. Hey, we already covered a little bit the in-laws. My goodness, a lot of people cry about in-laws, and they're like, when are they leaving? Hey, I'll tell you right now, not in this house. Not in this house. I'm blessed with some amazing in-laws, and me and granddad. Sorry, Major Focus Parker, I'll tell you right now, whatever you go by, couldn't ask for better in-law parents. I'll tell you, like my parents, you're another mom and dad for me, and I am grateful doesn't cover it. When I say that, I call my dad for anything I need to learn. Hands down, I don't have a question or something. But if something's going on in the military, and I got a military question going on, man, I'm glad I got my dad. And my dad's the man, and he figured out an answer for it, but like I like a guy with 30 years of experience, plus the RTC time under his belt. It is helpful. Minus the fact you want to embrace that empathy leadership trait.
It's not wrong, it's just different.
You can't use my words against me. That's mine. It's bad and Mark. And Melody, hey, I'll tell you this, right now, like all women, Sarmay just crushed it. He had an amazing career, he did a lot of great things. You look at the spouses that stay back, whether you're a man or a woman, the ones that stay back, and in this case it was you, glued to the family. My goodness. I don't know if the kids see it. I know Granddad sees it, you talk about it. You are the glue to the family. You allow him to be gone when he needs to be gone, at least while he was in the fight. And I'll tell you this, man, it's been great just watching you and helping you guide us from the Grammy seat on incorrecting our kids, because you know we know. So awesome. So great, so good. Dang well. And I think we got the kids almost alphabetical order. I don't know yet. I see Chuck Norris, so you made it. But hey, Devin. Hey, let's go. Devin and Raina, we always gonna have Vegas. Just know that. That craps table was the best time I've ever had in my life. We're like, I swear, I think the dice were rigged and I was winning. I was winning like tens of dollars. People next to me were winning thousands of dollars. I was the second lieutenant or first lieutenant. I was on the it's one of those things. Hey, Doc Raina, woo! Hey, every time I get these big words from the doctors, just realize this. I am grateful to call you so you can explain what the heck that stuff means. You are awesome. You are sanity check, and it is. I am grateful. Nate, dog, part of Nate Squared. Let's go. Yeah. Woo! Yes. Hey, you're a wild child, man. Absolutely love it. Your family's amazing. The entire Focus Parker family, and Ms. Brenda, thank you for coming out with those amazing kids. You guys have watched my kids on several occasions, which allow me to do what I got to do. And let Meg, while she's on active duty, do what she has to do. And that is a priceless entity. You guys are all part of that. And then Justin, hey man, my kids all know you're Chuck Norris, just so you know. You know that. But hey, Justin, man, it's always been great. It's great to see you. You're not a man of many words, but when you speak, we all listen. And it's always been great to have you on the team. You're awesome, dude. Thanks for coming out, man. It means a lot to us. We're almost there, guys. We're so close. 10 more pages. You're all right. So, got him. We're done there. Barry and Luann, I love you guys. Brendan, pass it on to your parents. Other in-laws that are amazing mentors. All right, hey, we're going to jump back to Meg. Let's go. Queen B. The lady, the glue. The glue that keeps the Harvey, the Lisa's Harvey family together. Hey, my goodness, babe. Again, I love you. You taught me so much. I have learned love that I see in my parents that I didn't know what it felt like until me and you came together. And my goodness, it just grows and grows, and every day it's just better. And it's ridiculous, even on the days when it's not. It's still better because we make it through. And then the next day's awesome. But I say that, like, it is, I'm grateful for you allow me to run a gun, never questioning when I'm going to the field, never questioning when I'm going to TAD. Doesn't matter how long it's for. It doesn't matter how many kids you have that you have to watch by yourself, or try to train by yourself. Like, you do it without any disruptiveness, although you let me know when I come home, it's my turn. And that's all good, but what I'll tell you is, I couldn't ask for a better teammate to share a mic with. Specifically, you helped me grow in faith. And it's one of those things, you volunteer at the church, you do so much, and the first time where you hit on the head, man, faith is a driving factor in my life. Faith drives everything that I have, and when it doesn't, that just means I'm off tilt and I need to get back on track. And when I need to get back on track, I got someone like you that truly points out I need to get back on track. You have to shake your head that hard, babe. I hurt your neck. I hurt your neck. Go shake your head that hard. But hey, you helped me get back on point. And yeah, I'm just grateful for you. I love it. It's more than one ridiculous things. Hey, Big John. The oldest of the kids, the guy that keeps the 18 generations of John Harvey going. Woo! Let's go! Hey, because John, you didn't name your first son. Just bring that up. Too much raw, not enough brains. Hey. The name could have died, John, but I had a boy. You're lucky. Hey, John, I'll tell you this, man. You're great at everything you do. I watch you. The beauty of watching you is you're great at school. And your dad didn't crush the video. You say that your mom went out. And I hope you keep doing that. But I watch you play sports, and that's an area that you thrive at. And man, I watch the just energy you drive at everything you do. It's beautiful. It's awesome. It's great. You're going to succeed at whatever you put your mind to. I'm excited to see where you go. I'm excited to call you brother in Christ whenever that time comes. And my goodness, man, you go grow into a great man. Whatever happens, you always come home and see mom and dad. Doesn't matter. Whether you win, whether you lose, we don't care. Come home and see mom and dad. That door is always open. Jumping on to number 2. Mr. Alvin, let's go! Hey, I'll tell you right now, Alvin, you are a blessing. Mom had you when I was born. You were one kid I wasn't there for when you were born, because I was running around the Middle East, and we were doing stuff and things. And when I say that, it's definitely a bummer to miss that. But man, I'll watch you grow, and I'll tell you, you're like, I'm not going to call you like Victoria Vance, the mad scientist, because you're not a mad scientist. But you know what I'm talking about, Paw Patrol. But I'll say this, man, you're a smart young man. You're great. And I'll tell you that you made the decision already in life that is the best decision you're ever going to make. And I'm glad I got to participate in it, because you're not just my son, you're my brother in Christ. And my goodness, man, I love going to church with you. I love it when your teacher tells me that she had to tell you stop answering all the questions. Because you guys get it. And I love reading the Bible with you every night. It's like the highlight of my day. And I'm grateful for that. And Carl, when you let me get off early now, like, hey, that's what I'm doing. And I am grateful for that, because I get to sit down with you guys and play with you guys. Big O's number 3. Yes, sir. Look at that man. Hey, I'm holding you a fire breather, my friend. And I love it. You are the bull in a china shop. And my gosh, man, it is exciting to just watch the awesomeness that is you. And as you grow, similar to Alvin, man, you already made the best choice ever made, my brother in Christ and my son. And just know when I give you those bear hugs, it's because I love you, not because I'm holding you in place. It's because I'm not trying to calm the bull down. But I say that, man, O's, same as Alvin. Every one of your Sunday school teachers tells me stop answering, I have to tell your son stop answering questions because they know them all. So just realize when I pray with you at nighttime, I read the Bible at nighttime. It's like the highlight of my day, guys. Love it. And Anna Banana, last up. The princess of the house. Yes, ma'am. I love you. Woo. Hey, you're the only girl we got. You're the big girl. I'm excited to see you grow up, all the amazing things you're going to do, stuff you're going to get after. Hey, I'll tell you, there's one thing me and Anna share every night that is priceless. Although I got to get on how she puts up with it. But we sing Amazing Grace every night for her to go to bed. She's already at the first 3. She's got them down. And I'll tell you this. Anyone that can fall asleep while I'm singing must be tired. Must be tired. Woo! And you know what I love about you, Anna? She asked for me to go up and sing every day. So, hey, she asked for that name trade. That's on her. Hey, how did we get to this amazing point? We wrapping up 21 years of awesomeness. Hey, I was a high school kid at a #1 school. Yes, it was 1 because it was 1 out of 10 for a bad reason. It's not a great school, but it doesn't matter about the school. You see Jeff Hassel out there. Jeff turned out all right. Big John, my brother, turned out all right. We're doing all right. It's not about the school, right? It's where your focus is at in life. And as long as you got the right focus, you'll turn out okay. And I tell you, I had to focus on God. God guided my steps, got me where I was supposed to go. I got an ROTC scholarship. I think I wasn't meant to get, but God had a bigger plan. Because I'll tell you, if you look at my school grades, school was not where I excelled. So I think Colonel Regan had to talk with me in my first semester to get my head straight. Yeah, you did, sir. Hey, just realize me, you probably saved, you probably the reason I'm here. So it's one of those things that school was not where I crushed it at, but I did play a lot of sports, and I was the captain of a lot of teams. And I guess that sells when you come into the Marine Corps and want some leadership, I guess. I don't know. And it worked out. I got a ROTC scholarship that I got invited, if you know, to the awards banquet at night where all the kids get scholarships. And my first sergeant asked me to be there. And I was thinking, I was pretty smart kids, first sergeant. How you asked me to be there? And I never understood it. And I got there and they went through all the awards. The valedictorians, the salutatorians, and they get full rides like Northwestern, Harvard, places that matter. And then I get up there and I'm going to get the You Tried Hard award. and I'm embarrassed. I'm in, like I said, the dress blues with the ROTC patches, and I'm like, it's embarrassing. And I'm up front of everybody, and all of a sudden I hear the entire crowd go crazy. And they all start screaming. And if you know what we high school is, they're screaming. The word is right. So it's one of those moments. And I'm like, what is going on? And I see an $80,000 check with my name on it. And that's God driving me in places that no other door could have been open. And it worked out well. I met the Gamecock team, went on to South Carolina and crushed it. And most importantly, in South Carolina, I met Meg. And that is hands down the piece that I love. And I went to TBS, which is right here, if you wonder where TBS is, to become an officer in the Marine Corps. Man, so I was heck bent on being an engineer. And I'm going to tell you, I was the most butt-hurt person in the world on a bus ride when they read 0802 because I didn't know what it meant. I'd ask my roommate who was sitting there crying because he didn't get 0802. And he was an air defense guy. Hey, I love you, Jason. It's okay. It worked out well for you too. But I say that, hey, I couldn't ask for a better ride than the 08. Oh my gosh, again, God guides your steps where they're supposed to be. And I came to the community I'm supposed to be in. And it was awesome. It was great. Fort Sill, I'm going to bring makeup again because we got engaged. That's about all I'm going to bring up because there's not a lot of greatness in mine. Other than artillery. Artillery's great. Then just punching out the door, starting Echo 210, supported Hurricane Katrina. What a ride, man. What a ride. I'll tell you, America is the best country in the world, hands down, without a doubt. And I love it. I'm going to tell you, I got to see a part of America at a time that wasn't glorious in a place that was rough. And we're half a heartbeat from not being amazing. So, not that I need to tell the crowd here, but whoever listens to this, do your part. Keep this country great, because it is the best country in the world. But I'll tell you, we can slip into another spot real fast, and I got to see one of those spots for a short period of time. So, do your part. Keep this place awesome. Keep it light. And then I got back, and they gave me 3 options. They said, do you want to go to Iraq right now? Do you want to go to the country of Georgia, go to Afghanistan? Or do you want to go to Iraq later with Echo 210? And I said, man, I love you guys, but I'm going to Iraq. And I joined up with Charlie 110, where you see those rock stars over there. Hey, the first 3 months of our deployment was awesome. It was epic goodness. We didn't realize how good we had it, and then we went to a place called Bravo, and I'll tell you right now, what an experience. I think we were there for less than 4 hours before mortar started dropping on us. The next, within 2 weeks, we had rockets shooting in there. I think we had a couple of skylights put in our tents, which were pretty awesome. Last skylights that were shrapnel that flew in the tents. Thank gosh we weren't in there. Like, again, God guides your step every time. If you look at your guy and you see a hole in it from some shrapnel, God loves you because you weren't there. I know you guys haven't seen to watch you doing patrols and not ever sleeping, but man, you're welcome. It was an intense ride, man. And from some BDIEDs going off down at the police station to supporting the FORF for that LAD that got blown up. And you guys are a hard one to watch. But again, man, God's got a game plan for all of us. He pulled us through. You guys are brothers for life. Yeah, anytime you need something, you give me a holler. I'm going to be there in a heartbeat. The MMA team, I learned a lot of MMA. Marines don't just show up at places. It's not a thing. Like there's a plan. There's a methodology. It's pretty wild. I got to watch 202K. That's the growth. We grew to 202,000. And then I watched it shrink. And Colonel Stoughton already hit on the head. It was tough telling Marines, hey man, we got to find you something else to do. If you didn't know that 75% of the Marines are expected to get out, and by expected, they will, whether they want to or not. So every year we bring in, anywhere from 20 to 25,000. 75% of them get told go home. Now most of them raise their hand and say I'm going to move back to the civilian sector, so it's okay. But even for some of the ones that want to stick around, we try to do what we can to keep them in. Sometimes it's in the reserve, but hey, just realize it's a family. We look out for each other all the time, and it was pretty awesome. I do think the wrong Harvey went to the job though. It's an administrative job. I think Beck was supposed to be there. But it was great. It taught me a lot. After that, C. DeSoto, again, cut my teeth going soft, paid dividends down the road, and Joe Schmidt, I'll never forgive you for kidnapping me. So, coming back to Battery E, you talk about a battery command experience that was epic. Hey, sir, the one thing I'm going to bring up for Battery E, Echo Battery, the best.
No, we get it, Nate. We get it.
I want to make sure you recognize that.
I was wrong.
Hey. But sir, you trusted me. Hey, when I say you trusted me, there was one day I agreed to. I bought an aggressive training plan. I don't know if you remember it, Trey Mangus. I know you're watching. You gave me a phone call before I came in. Trey Mangus, your three, was up standing on my desk yelling at me about the fact that I was not going to hike and throw hand grenades at the end of a hike. And I said the only person who's going to tell me that's the CO. So with all due respect, sir, get off my desk. I probably used some other choice words, but me and Trey love each other, so it's okay. And I'll say this, I went and briefed you that plan about 10 minutes later, and everyone advised you that this was not the best plan in the world. And I think I got cut off on slide 2. I think slide 2, you paused me and said, hey, can you go to the hand grenades first? I don't know if you remember that. And then do the hike after. I was like, nah, sir, we hike to the fight. It's a mentality. It's what we do. We don't hike away from the fight. We hike to the fight. And you let me finish the brief. We had a good old risk management plan in place, and you approved it. And I'll tell you right now, the Marines still talk about that, sir. I still get phone calls all the time. Well, sir, you remember that hike when we threw hand grenades at the end? The other part I get calls about is all the other training we did. And I say we, sir, because you approved all. And a lot of it was aggressive training. Sometimes I took weekends away from Marines. That's real. I don't mess around with training. Yeah, you didn't have to, sir, I did. That was all me. And but you allowed me to do it. And I appreciate that. Every Marine that came back from that, Echo 210, if you don't know, got pulled off the mule and went into Iraq when ISIS was about to take Baghdad. And they helped SOF fight that off. They were on there with the 2nd Battalion, 6th Marines. They took weapons company with them. They went into the fight. And every Marine that came back said the same thing. Minus, they did lose one. That's our Harvey. Love that man. He's a great guy. Never forgot. And it's one of those moments they said, sir, how did you know? I said, how did I know what? Like, sir, all that training we thought was ridiculous and crazy and off the wall. We did it all live in real life. And I said, man, you think of the hardest training event you can go to, hardest real world experience you can go to. Some of us were my Charlie 110 days, and then you execute it in training because you train like you fight. And we ran with that. So just know, sir, you made a difference from the battalion command seat. You made a difference in the battery seat. But that battery, the best battery ever, they crushed it in combat, sir. You know that. I think you're the one that gave me a heads up earlier. I was getting some weird cryptic text messages. You can't even tell me. All our creative staff college together that they were in the fight. And we made a difference, so it's a difference that paid off. Hey, 51.5, it's the last big thing I'm going to run through with 51.5. Hey, the 51.5 team, I got to run around the Middle East for a year. It was pretty wild. It was a pretty wild adventure. I've been in a lot of countries no one will talk about. Like I've never officially been in Yemen, but I'm going to tell you, I got off a helicopter to grab a body for somebody that was injured. And I was grabbing him and throwing him on what was the Australian version of a Huey. And I put my foot on the ground, and I'll never forget, I had one of the Navy SEALs that was on the bird with me. He was like, sir, what are you doing? And I was like, nah, I'll just make sure we got the body in the helicopter. He was like, sir, were you trying to do boots on the ground again? And I was like, yes. Let's get out of here, guys. Get this bird up there. Hey, we got to do a lot of stuff. I ran around on pirate ships. I ran around on the destroyer. I ran around in a lot of different things. I spent time in places that, I wouldn't wish on anybody. I got to see things that were weird, strange, awkward. I built targeting packages that went to both President Obama, President Trump the first time. Both got approved. What I'll tell you is this. For the Marines out there, for those getting ready to maybe join the Marine Corps at some point, hey, you're going to make a difference. You don't know when the call is going to come. Be ready. And again, my training mindset is always the same. Be ready. And when I say be ready, you get after it all day, every day, the best you can. You talk about the energy I got. It's because early as a lieutenant, I learned when it's game day, you ain't got time to figure it out. You got to at least have a plan to audible from. And again, man, when you got experience, it comes with time. But if you don't got a plan to audible from, hey, we're pretty good about our leadership training down. And I tried to hold that up. I tried to maintain that the best I could. And I think it turned out all right for most of the guys I got to lead. Hey, one of the last pieces I'm going to leave you with, because most of my notes are running out, and I lost the closeout comments. But I'm going to skip to the end. Okay. Hey, how do you get to where we're at? God. God's guided my steps in all these moments. He's brought me where I needed to be. He gave me experiences that I would look back in a heartbeat, but now I look back and I say, there's a reason I went through it. There's a reason I experienced it, and you just can't. You can't always know what's next for you. You can't always understand why you're going through what you're going through. Just realize this, man. You're being built for something bigger. If you ever got a question about religion, I'm not going to overhype it. You got a question about religion, I'll tell you right now. I go to the mount, you give me a phone call. If I don't got the answer, I'll call Grandpa Jim. My dad's got the answer. But if you ever want to go to a church anywhere, you call me from where you're at. If you're awkward and you feel alone, I'll go with you wherever you're at. I'll meet you at your church. And whichever one you pick, I'll meet you there. If you're in another state, just call me. Because I'll tell you, when you look at the stuff I did, you look at the stuff everybody here's talking about, that stuff only happened for one reason. And it's a loving God that guided my steps to include giving me 4 amazing kids. Best wife you could ever ask for. That's God. And I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for my time in the Marine Corps. It has been an amazing stepping stone. I'm going to tell you what, it's just the beginning. And I can't imagine what's next, because this was ridiculous. And by ridiculous, I mean ridiculously awesome. So, hey, it was great. I'm excited for what's next. I can't thank you guys enough for going out, man. If I didn't give you a by name thank you, I apologize. But I did the best I could. This took longer than I planned. But I love you guys. Thanks for coming out. And it's been great. Thank you.
Flowers and gifts are now being presented to Lieutenant Colonel Harvey's wife, Megan, and their children, John, Alden, Olin, and Anna.
Brainwashing young people.
Yes! I love it. That's so cool.
As well as his father and mother, Deb and Jim, and father-in-law and mother-in-law, Otis and Melody, in appreciation for their unwavering support. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of Anchors Away and the Marines Hymn. It is now customary that Marines present and who have served honorably sing the first verse of the hymn. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. We invite you to remain seated for the presentation of Old Glory, the wash, and the retirement gift presentation.
I am the flag of the United States of America, and my name is Old Glory. I fly atop the world's tallest building. I stand watch in America's cause of justice. I fly majestically over great institutions of learning. I stand guard with the greatest military power in the world. Look up and see. I stand for peace, truth, honor, and justice. I stand for freedom. I am calm. I am arrogant. I am proud. When I am alone with my fellow bears, my head is a little high, my colors a little true. I bow to noble. I am recognized all over the world. I am worshipped, I am saluted, I am respected, I'm revered. I am loved, and I am feared. I have fought in every battle of every war for more than 200 years. Gettysburg, China, Appomattox, San Juan Hill, the trenches of France, the Argonne Corps, the Yankee, Rome, the beaches of Rome, the drums of Bonn, Okinawa, Cairo, Korea, Vietnam, the Persian Gulf, Afghanistan, and a score of other places, long forgotten by all, except by those who were there with me. I was there. I led my sailors and Marines. I followed them. I watched over them. They loved me. I was on a small hill in Iwo Jima. I was battle-worn and tired, but my sailors and Marines cheered me. I was proud. I was at Ground Zero in New York City on September 11th as cowardly fanatics attacked America. I was raised from the ashes of once proud buildings by brave firefighters, heroes who risked their lives to save others, showing all that America, although bloody, would not be beaten. Those who would destroy me cannot win, for I am the symbol of freedom, of one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I have been soiled, burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of my own country. And when it is done by those whom I have served with in battle, it hurts. But I shall overcome, for I am strong. I have slipped the surely bombs of earth, and from my vantage point of the moon I stand watch over the uncharted new frontiers of space. I have been a southwest of all of America's finest hours. But my finest hour comes when I am torn into strips and used as bandage for my wounded comrades on the field of battle. When I fly half-mast to honor my soldiers, my sailors, my airmen, and my Marines. And when I lie in the trembling arms of a grieving mother at the grave site of her fallen son or daughter, I am proud. My name is Old Glory. Long may I wave, dear God, my God. Long may I wave.
On behalf of the Marines of the Marine Corps Information Operations Center, we are honored to present you with this foundation of our great nation, a symbol of what you have stood to preserve for 21 years during your career. Please accept this flag of the United States of America, certificate of authenticity. This is to certify that the accompanying flag was flown over Headquarters Marine Corps, Henderson Hall.
For 21 years, this Marine stood watch. While many of us lie about in our bed at night, this Marine stood the watch. While others of us attend schools to hone our craft, this Marine stood the watch. And yes, before some of us were born, this Marine stood the watch. As our families watched the storm clouds of war brewing on the horizons of history, he stood the watch. Oftentimes, he would look ashore and see his wife and 4 children needing his guidance and a hand to hold in troubled times. And yet he had to stay because he had to watch. Our countrymen and their families have slept soundly in their beds for years, knowing that this Marine had to watch. Today, we're here to say that watch is relieved. Relieved by those you have guided, you have trained, and you have led. Lieutenant Colonel Nathan Harvey, your watch is relieved. We have the watch. Sun Verdella, sir.
Retirement gift.
Hey, thank you guys. It's beautiful. Better?
Let's hold it up.
Yeah. Let's see. Get that thing off over there. Let's go.
So it is tradition in the Marine Corps, for those that are not familiar on the military side, to present a shadow box of representing the career of the Marine who's retiring. So this represents Nate's medals, his ribbons, the battles, the wars that he's fought in, the ranks he's attained, and then the units that he has served in. So I encourage you to take the time to come and take a look at the shadow box. The staff sergeant holding it is the one who actually made it by hand, everything by hand, laser engraved, everything. So the unit wanted to present this to you as a token of the time that you spent in the Marine Corps, and of course, what is at the top? Artillery! King of battle!
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our presentation of Old Glory, the watch, and the presentation of the retirement gift. On behalf of the commanding officer of the Marine Corps Information Operations Center, thank you for your attendance. Nathan Harvey, Lieutenant Colonel, United States Marine Corps retired, and his family asked that you join them in celebration of this moment next door at the hall. For those desiring photos with the retiree, please form a line in the middle of the aisle. Thank you.
Bar's open. Bar's open. Child's ready. Child's ready.
Yeah, I saw you had said I'd stop by and say
Well, thank you for doing that. We did a good job there.
Yeah,
It was a good plan.
Yeah, it was a good time with you.
Yeah. I look back on bring all those guys together.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, good stuff.
Hey, go ahead and make your business.
I absolutely will.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, I was sneaking around. I came in kind of late.
One guy. Absolutely.
That's amazing.